Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. This is the first time in CNTV English program regarding Kashmir, Saadia Kashmir. On 5th August 2019, the Government of India revoked special status and autonomy granted under Article 370 of the Indian Constitution, Jammu and Kashmir, a region administered by the India as a state which consists the largest part of Kashmir. In this connection, an event to observe Illigal Kashmir was organized by the Embassy of Pakistan, Norway. Tehreek Kashmir and Pakistani community also demonstrated against India the international laws and obligation, violation of international law. On this day, they officially revoked the autonomous status of India illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and imposed direct illegal central rule. Key speakers are the occasion included the Ambassador of Pakistan, Norway, Mrs. Saadia Altaf Qazi, Shah Hussain, Chaudhry Asad Chaudhry, Khalid Mahmood, and Manur, youth politician, Pakistani politician in Norway, highlighted the genesis of the Kashmir dispute and the ongoing situation in the occupied territory, condemned illegal, immoral, and unilateral action of 5th August 2019 by India. The Pakistani ambassador emphasized in his presidential address that Pakistan will continue to extend all possible political, diplomatic, and moral support to the people of Indian occupied Kashmir for the fullest realization of their legitimate rights.
And our special guest, Magnus Illigal, and all worthy speakers have already explained it to you why we are here together. Before I give my remarks, I will read out to you the message of President of Pakistan, Mr. Asif Ali Zardari, and I quote, "Today, the 6th anniversary of India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is being somberly observed. That day, India scrapped the special status of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and bifurcated it into two so-called union territories to alter its internationally recognized disputed status and undermine the right to self-determination of the Kashmiri people. The Indian authorities have taken a number of steps aimed at changing the IIOJK's demographic structure and political landscape during last 6 years. These measures include gerrymandering of the electoral constituencies, allowing addition of non-Kashmiris to electoral rolls, issuance of domicile certificates to outsiders, granting more powers to the Lieutenant Governor in administrative matters, and introduction of new laws on ownership of land and property. India has increased its oppression in IIOJK since 5th August 2019. As a result, the Kashmiri people are confronted with the danger of becoming a disempowered community in their own land. The genuine leadership of the Kashmiri people remains behind bars. The intimidation of innocent people, arbitrary detentions, and the so-called cordon and search operations have become a matter of routine. The local media has been silenced. The Kashmiri people are unable to fully enjoy their freedoms of expression and assembly. Most importantly, they are unable to exercise their inalienable right to self-determination. In the context of India's recent aggression against Pakistan, this year's Jom-e-Istehsal assumes greater significance. While the resounding success of the Operation Bunyanan Marsus is a matter of great pride for the people of Pakistan, the day also underscores the need for a settlement of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the relevant UN security resolutions and the wishes of the Kashmiri people for a lasting peace in South Asia. For its part, Pakistan will continue to extend all possible political, diplomatic, and moral support to the people of IIOJK for the fullest realization of their legitimate rights. And I unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, the worthy speakers have spoken before me. You have seen in this documentary and in these standees on that banner, you see that the pangs of pain, the tears, and the images of this beating, illegal, extrajudicial, unilaterally subjugating India's Kashmiri people, all these are not AI generated. These are real images. And we gather here at the embassy, like at every embassy of Pakistan all over the world, back home in Pakistan, in various cities, and by many NGOs, by many civil society organizations. We all are here to keep alive that voice which is being silenced by India within the confines of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And if we don't support their voice by gathering here or there, wherever possible, who will then amplify their voice? So never feel tired of coming and gathering together as Shah Hussain Kazmi Saab prompted. And we feel encouraged. We don't count numbers. We count the passion. We count the sentiment. And with you people, I am really thankful. And I'm really thankful to that father or mother who has brought that little child with them. Because it is through the generations this message is going on. And I hope this child will not have to grow gray hair to see Kashmiris free. Inshallah, inshallah, their struggle, their legitimate struggle for right to self-determination, that will materialize one day, because God, if He has made the principle that He only helps those who help themselves, He also has made the principle that efforts don't go unrewarded. So inshallah ta'ala, the Palestinians, the way their cause is seeing day by day gain in international sport, we hope that Kashmir.
Jom-e-Istehsal is a sobering reminder of India's rejection of peace and stability and its pursuit of a policy of brutality and unilateralism. The continued denial of basic human rights, dignity, and identity of Kashmiris that live under India's illegal and unconscionable occupation is a recipe for regional instability. Realizing that its illegal occupation cannot be sustained by any other means, India has doubled down on its nearly 8-decade regime of state terrorism and oppression. Efforts to silence the genuine leadership of Kashmir people are part of the wider hegemonic and extremist agenda that informs India's illegal occupation of Jammu and Kashmir. The imprisonment of Kashmiri leaders and activists, including Shabir Ahmad Shah, Muhammad Yasir Malik, and Masarat Alam Bhatt, will never dim the resolve of our Kashmiri sisters and brothers. The continued defiance of Kashmiris in an environment of unending intimidation across the illegal Indian occupation is a further proof of indomitable courage of Kashmiri people. India's illegal occupation of Jammu and Kashmir remains a defining conflict in South Asia and the reason of India's continued raw behavior. India's unprovoked aggression against Pakistan in May 2025 and its swift and comprehensive military retreat are only the latest evidence of the urgent need for international community to ensure the resolution of the Kashmiri dispute becomes a global priority. On this day, I wish to reiterate that seeking a just resolution of Jammu and Kashmir dispute remains a key pillar of our foreign policy, and I call upon the international community to urge India to halt its human rights crimes in illegally Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, reverse its unilateral and illegal actions of 5 August 2019, repeal the draconian laws, and implement the United Nations Security Council resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir.
5 August abrogation won't raise aspiration. 5 August, Yom-e-Istisal, the day to remind the world human rights violation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. I thank you all for coming and participating in this.
Never know how that next war will end. That's why we need to look into the core issue between India and Pakistan. And I believe we actually have two core issues between our two countries. But let's see the most physical, the material issue between these two countries, and that is the Kashmiri people's right to self-determination, their right to choose their own future, their right to be as independent and free people. Plato once said he thanked God for three things he was blessed with, and one of them was to be a free man. A free man. हज़रत उमर ने एक दफा कहा कि लोगों को गुलाम कैसे कर सकते? अल्लाह ने इनको आज़ाद पैदा किया. So the free man is the most important thing, and that is justice. Justice must be served in Kashmir in order to make peace secure.
Kashmir to have a separate constitution, a state flag, and autonomy over the internal administration until the final decision was reached with execution of the right of the self-determination by the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The Constituent Assembly of the Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir was established with powers to recommend the articles of Indian Constitution which should apply to the state or to abrogate the Article 370. In consultation with the State Constituent Assembly, the President of India issued Order of 1954 specifying the articles of Indian Constitution which should apply to the state. The Constituent Assembly dissolved itself without recommending the abrogation of the Article 370. Therefore, Article 370 was deemed to have become the permanent feature of the Indian Constitution and could not be abrogated without the consent of the Constituent Assembly of India, the Constituent Assembly of the Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the assembly which has not existed since 1957. The Article 370 and 35A defines that the Jammu and Kashmir state's residents live under a separate set of laws like citizenship, ownership of property, and fundamental rights as compared to residents of other Indian states. Various governments in New Delhi have diluted the clauses of special status given to the Indian occupied state of Jammu and Kashmir. Huge number of presidential orders have been issued after 1956, making numerous provisions of the Indian Constitution applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
मुहर्रम का, करबला का या इमाम हुसैन का जिक्र आता है तो मेरे दिल में एक ख्याल आता है, एक सोच उभरती है. वो ये होती है कि अगर मैं उस दौर में होता तो यकीनन हुसैन के लश्कर का एक सिपाही होता. और यकीनन मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप तमाम जो हैं भाई बहन यहाँ बैठे, आपके दिल में भी यही ख्याल और यही ख्वाहिश उभरती होगी, और ये एक मुसलमान और एक ईमान का तकाजा भी यही.
या रब्बी बिल मुस्तफ़ा बल्लिग मक़ासिदना वग़फ़िर लना मा मज़ा या वासिअल करम.